Today we are starting a new series on my channel called the Hobby Log series. This is where I'll be documenting all the creative projects I'm working on whilst living my day-to-day life. I really enjoy this form of memory keeping as each entry acts as a little time capsule. If you're new here, hi, I'm Riona and I hope you'll stay along for the journey.
Is that where the library?
Yeah, the big library thing. Yeah.
We went to Kwangja. Is that the same? It's a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
It is a tourist
Yeah.
attraction. Something interesting was every time someone would come in, they would say very loudly, "안녕하세요."
We've got honey butter bake.
Ooh, nice. Oh, lovely.
Face mask. Face
Stickers.
Nipple patches.
Nipple patches, yes. Oh, those are those ones. They're like,
Good for my. I've got acne right at the moment, so this is good for me.
this is good.
Biscuit.
Biscuit.
It's got Pokemon on it. It's got something on it. Each flavored kombucha. So
Ooh,
it's just with like cold water.
that's really cute.
Oh my
Cute.
god, I love this. What is this?
Yakpa, so they're like traditional honey biscuits.
Hair ampules.
There's two sides.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have hair for days.
I tried so hard to find this.
Thank you.
We sold out in Bolivia.
Oh.
It's matcha strawberry. Oh my god.
Ooh, that looks good. What is this? What is this? Show.
These are my coloring books.
Yeah.
Skin product.
Mm.
These mango jellies.
Ooh.
Taiyaki. I'm sure it's lovely.
Lovely.
Cute.
Aww, so cute. Aww, yay. Yeah, very nice. Oh, the honey butter. Oh, garlic. I'm gonna add them to my sticker book today because I brought my sticker book, so I can just transfer them today. Ooh. Plum flavored gummies. They were some of my favorite in Japan as well. The plum flavored stuff is so good. Finally, oh, this is
This is what you want.
yeah. This is a bigger size. It's very good because the one I had was 75 ml. This is 120. Thank you very much. Thank you, Karen. Oh, yeah.
She's like, wants to hang out with me, but then she also wants to like pretend that my shoes are like something she needs to chase.
Hello, hello. So thirsty this week. Yesterday was a really fun day. Got to go out for brunch with my partner. I had the fig on toast and it was just so good. I really, really enjoyed it. Later that day, we hopped in the car and went to go and see some family. We had dinner with them. We were just chilling in the garden in the evening and I got to play with the cat. She's only 9 months old and she's so cute. Even though she's in her she's like, oh, I want to go off and do my own thing, but I kind of low-key still want to be around you. And like, she was like following me around the garden and stuff like that. It was so cute. Honestly, the existence of cats is like such a serotonin boost to me. So I did write that in my journal this morning, I can't lie. I thought I could spend this time going through all the creative projects I've been up to recently. First one being that I finally cracked open this sketchbook. I've been meaning to work in this sketchbook for years now. I literally got it years ago. In my head, I was like, oh, this is going to be like the pretty sketchbook. Like all my other sketchbooks are going to be the ugly ones, and this is going to be the pretty one where all the spreads are like really aesthetically pleasing and stuff like that. And I think I just built it up too much in my head and it made me afraid to start it, but I finally just gave it a go and started it. I actually did it as an artist date. It was my penultimate artist date, so week 11 out of 12. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did do some practice like warm-up sketches in my ugly sketchbook, and then I felt a little bit more confident. I was like, okay, yes, I can finally crack open the sketchbook. And I decided to do a spread on our trip to Liverpool. I decided to limit myself to only one color, just because I think when you're a creative and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, I think it's a really good practice to just limit yourself to a certain few supplies or a certain technique or a certain kind of outcome, and it can really help you to just focus and not have to worry so much about decision fatigue and like, oh, what should I use here? What should I use here? It's like, it does take a lot of the decision fatigue out of the experience, which is really good. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out actually. I showed it to my partner and he was like, oh, did you use reference photos for this? And I realized that all of my reference photos that I used for this were pictures that I had taken on my Fujifilm camera. So I think my photography has really been helping me in my other creative endeavors as well. Like, it's really good for practicing, composition, perspective, looking at lighting and things like that. And that really helped me because I didn't really have to search hard in my camera roll for reference photos because I've always got my camera around me. I'm practically attached to the hip to my Fujifilm camera. And because I've always got my camera on me, I always end up having a lot of really good reference photos to work from. So yeah, that is what I did with this sketchbook spread. Hopefully this will be a good sign and I'll carry on making more spreads in this sketchbook. Speaking of photography, I have been trying to find a new challenge with photography because I did my 8-week photography course earlier this year, which was really good at giving me a creative challenge each week. I had homework and it was a very specific kind of prompt that I had to fulfill each week. And I think now I'm kind of just in that phase of just taking photos, taking my camera around with me and just taking photos of whatever I come across instead of like having a focused like prompt or goal in mind. So I'd really like to start something up again. Restricting myself to certain prompts will really help me kind of hone my artistic creative vision for each of the photography projects that I want to work on. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a travel photography series where I kind of almost document the places that I'm traveling. So for example, with Bologna, I took a lot of photos there and the sunlight was so beautiful. I managed to get some really nice shots of the architecture, of the food, of the people, of just like the life and the vibrancy of the city. And I'd really like to document my travels in that way a bit, but in a more kind of focused way. So I maybe like to start a photography project where I document the places that I travel and do it in triptychs. One can be like a wide establishing shot, which kind of shows you the area that I'm in, and another can be like a detailed shot, like a close-up shot of something that I found kind of interesting, or like a texture, something like that. And then the third shot could be like a character shot, of a shot that shows kind of the vibrancy of where I am, or the kind of character of the city in some way. So I would definitely like to pull together some stuff that I've already done. So for my travels in Japan, my travels in Bologna, and my travels in Liverpool, which were the most recent trips that I've been on. So I'd definitely like to kind of pull those together and then keep that in mind for when I go traveling in the future. Next creative project I wanted to show you. Now, as you saw earlier in the vlog, I did go for a little journaling picnic date with my girlies in Victoria Park, and it was really fun. The girlies are also very much enthusiastic about organising another journaling date, so I'm hoping this will become a regular occurrence. And as you can see, my journal is very chunky. She's well loved, and I have stuck many a thing in there. That's why it won't close properly. I did about half a page, used some of my friends' stickers and they used some of my stuff. It was cute that we could share our journaling supplies and just have a bit of fun. And yeah, it was just a very wholesome day. And yeah, I want to do more journaling dates in the future because It's one creative outlet that I really enjoy doing, clearly. The final creative project I wanted to mention is my digital journaling. I'd like to ideally do a spread for each place that I travel, and also whenever I hang out with my friends and we take a lot of photos and things like that. It's quite nice to kind of encapsulate it all into a digital journal spread. And yeah, I've just been enjoying being creative with that. It's very low pressure, and I feel like I can just relax and just get my iPad out and start kind of scribbling things. And yeah, it's really nice to kind of lay everything out. Again, that's something that my photography really helps with. I think I'm learning that my photography is basically at the core of all of my creative projects and outlets. So that's really nice. And yeah, so I've been working on that as well. Another thing I forgot to mention is how my fiber arts project is coming along. This has now become the bag that I just use to chuck my yarn and whatever my project is in, and just carry it around with me wherever I go. So this is how it's turning out. It's turning out really, really nicely. It's a sweater. Just need to finish this left sleeve and then I'm done and I can wash it and block it. I'm really liking how it's turning out. I really love the colors and the kind of self-striping, self-gradient yarn that I'm using. And yeah, it's really soft. I actually wore it in the park the other day, even though I've not even finished it. It kept this arm very warm when there was a slight breeze. I haven't really had a chance to work on it that much recently because it has been so hot. So usually I'm always knitting or crocheting on the tube or the train, just because I find that it's quite easy to focus on whilst I'm traveling, whereas like when I'm reading a book, I really need kind of like a quiet environment to be able to focus on whatever I'm reading. So I quite like taking a fiber arts project with me on the train or the tube. Because it has been so hot lately, I haven't really had the chance to, just because I just felt so hot and spicy. I'm not the kind of person who can't work on a knit project during the summer, because summer knits are really cool. I've seen some really cool summer knit patterns for like tops and things like that. I'm excited to finish this. I made some progress on it yesterday, and yeah, I'm excited to finish it and see what it looks like.